Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey guys, this is a part 2 to a Sony AV5000A setup. I do have some customer tapes coming from Los Angeles that are done on this machine. So today I'm just in my studio doing some final adjustments and making everything a little bit more user-friendly, so I'd be able to work on these tapes and be able to monitor everything real closely. These are very important tapes out of Los Angeles for a museum archive, which pretty historical stuff, and done in 1969. And they want me to do a professional file. And it's very important that it's a one-shot deal because these are really hard tapes to do. So we're doing some fine-tuning. All right, I already told you in this previous video, we now have a color bar test tape that I recorded on the machine. I've been servicing my 3 machines that I have, which is that one and that one. So we now have a color bar test tape, and so as you can see, we got stair step. Everything is working real well, and right to the ProRes recorder. But again, to make it easier when I'm actually playing these tapes, if I'm standing in front of the unit, I ran the HDMI over to the ProRes recorder itself, because that way I could take a look to the right of the monitor over here, so I'll be able to monitor the quality. As you can see, the noise level is still quite there, but that's the way these recorders used to record. They weren't really all that great, but when I take this into video cleanup, a lot of that extra noise will be gone. So this is good as it's gonna get. But I'll be able to actually work on the machine here, look over to my right and monitor during playback as well as look over on the recorder, or if I'm down and I'm doing time base, I can look at this monitor here. Gives me 3 places to monitor video when I'm coming off of this EIAJ Sony AV5000A. This is a very, very pain in the ass machine for tracking and everything else. So this gives me a good bird's eye view of the tracking and quality control on my right side. And then I can work on the machine and just look over to my right, because I can't really see these 2 monitors that well standing in front of the machine. So that way I'll be able to look at this monitor head on and that monitor head on, set up time base and all that, and hit the record button on the recorder up on top here, which is very simple. And then once you got like a perfect playback like this, you're now recording in ProRes, as you can see. And this makes a perfect high bit file from these tapes. So then these tapes can be thrown out, because I think an hour gig is like, I mean, you could do it in HQ, which is like 30 gig, or uncompressed, which is like a super large file. So it depends on which file I choose. Probably do them in uncompressed, due to the fact they want the best possible copy that can be made from these tapes, because they are throwing them out and they want to be able to take the file and be able to remaster to several other different formats. So there's a lot of choices in ProRes. ProRes HQ, ProRes uncompressed, ProRes raw. It's basically set up for professional broadcast files and recordings for television use. So this is why everything we do here from reel to reel, if it's special projects, goes directly to ProRes. They can be easily converted over to MPEG-4 or any of those other files you might want. But as far as a master safety to a hard drive, you just keep the ProRes master, and you can always convert it over to like a ProRes smaller file for just viewing or something like that. But anyways, I wanted to set up 3 monitors. Here's the one with the scope. And so if I'm doing time base, I can look directly at that one. Up here, if I'm standing in front of the unit before I hit record, and if I'm standing in front of the machine, which is the biggest problem because I cannot see really see the 2 monitors to my left, we're just going to plug into this monitor over here, so I can just look over to my right as I play the tape and set the tracking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.